Hey there, Rioters, and welcome back once again to another episode of Let's Play Resident Evil HD Collection. Before we get underway, and we're actually going to the outside part now. This is my favorite part of the game, but before we do that, I just want to go through and clean up some of the ammo that we've got here. Because I've got too many ammo clips laying around, and I just want to get them all combined, and then, yeah, just to tidy up the box a little bit. I'm sure we have another ink ribbon. Where is it? There it is. Okay, that's pretty cool. Is there anything else really that I need to clean up? Nope, that's it. Okay, let's head out. And once we get to this door, we do have to do a little bit of backtracking, but that's okay. I'm just so happy to finally be done with the first part of the mansion, because it's the slowest part. It's also like the most difficult, because after this, I mean, like, the game just opens up so much more, and it just becomes like, for me personally, it becomes a lot easier and less kind of, it just kind of becomes like more interesting to me. I mean, we get different and better locations instead of just this mansion with the same old hallways. We get different enemies instead of just the same old zombie. And, I mean, what other enemies do we get now? Like, we're about to be introduced to the dogs. Okay, they suck. Dogs are the worst enemies. Dogs and flying enemies, like bats and stuff, and birds, they're always the worst. But we also get introduced now to things like sharks and, I don't know, the game just becomes a lot better in my opinion. And hey, we also get different puzzles instead of the same old traps, like replace this with this in order to escape this trap, you know what I mean? Anywho, let's go to this gate, the one that we unlocked after we got the death mask. And we're going to use it to cut through to the room where that zombie was who we decapitated. And we're going to exit through a different door to go outside. Which will then lead us to the residence, which is really awesome. Probably my favorite location in the entire game. Although, to be honest, the lab at the end is actually surprisingly good. I do like the lab. So we go down here, and voila. And we're going to actually kill a doggo here, who sneaks up behind us. Watch this. We're ready for him. Ready? There we go. When you hear that noise, quickly turn around. Boom! Oh, we one-shot killed him. Usually it's two. Well, paint me impressed. How the hell did I do that? There's something written in the indentation. The defiler of the accursed coffin. So that means we put the emblem that was in the coffin there, and that opens the door, that unlocks the door, so let's head through. But honestly, as much as I do like and respect this game, like, I really can't wait to just get started into Resident Evil 2 Remake again. I much prefer that. Anyway, in this room, we have some goodies. So, let's get the old shotgun shells. We finally get more shotgun shells. They are very much needed. And over here, we have a first aid spray. Oh, and the battery pack thing there for the stun gun. So, let's grab that. We'll grab the first aid spray. Yup. And then we'll head through down here. And out here, a whole bunch of action is about to happen. With the weather vanes and the statues and birds and... it's totes amazeballs. But first, let's read the signpost. Seems to be some kind of signpost. Each direction is accompanied by a corresponding destination. North, Valley of Destruction. South, Cave of Hatred. East, Summit of Madness, and West, Path of Revenge. Sounds very scary stuff, very serious. Is this weather vane? We're going to mess with that soon, but for now, let's watch this cutscene.
A body respawn. Over.
Barry?
Monster. James. Gun. Ineffective. It's dead. Stay away. Forest outside the mansion. Stay.
Okay, so Barry's pretty spooked over something, and of course it's Lisa, who I find to be a pretty interesting addition to this remake. I'm glad they added her. It's a nice little extra. A statue with red eyes. The inscription reads, "The war cry of revenge." And then we check this doggo statue. A statue with blue eyes. The inscription reads, "The last gasp of destruction." So what we have to do is we have to go back to these little weather vane things, and it's based on what the sign said earlier with the direction. So with this one, we go to the red one. There's a switch here, press it, and you have to press it on west. So as it's coming to west, you press yes, you switch it, you click the switch, and there's a switch, and you say no the second time, you don't want to move it. So the first one's west, and then you run over to the blue one. There's a switch here, press it, and you wait till it's on north, and then click yes. And that moves that doggo statue, and that unlocks the gate. So that's it for that mind-boggling little puzzle. So let's run through the gate now, and it's going to take us to the graveyard. And with the graveyard, there's crows, and I know that I've watched other people play this game, plenty of other Let's Plays and walkthroughs in this section, and people shoot the crows because they run. Running activates the crows to attack you. If you walk like this, like I'm doing now, they leave you alone, they leave you be. They're good little birdies. So you just forget about them. So just walk over to the tomb here, the grave. There's something written in this indentation. When the wind sweeps across the earth, stars will shine in the heavens. So we want to use the wind crest on it. And 3 of these things will appear. So 3 more crests. Crests are fitted. Will you take the moon crest? Yes. Will you take the star crest? Yes, sure. Will you take the sun crest? Might as well. I took the other 2. And then we examine this one. There's something carved into the indentation. This game loves the word indentation. 2 vertical lines, a cross, and 3 horizontal lines. Could it be some kind of symbol? What you have to do is you have to examine each crest, the back of it, because it makes the lines come out. There's a button where you press it. Yes. Boing. There are 2 projecting lines. So we examine the star one. Press it. Boing. The base is protruded in the shape of a cross. And then we examine the last one, the sun one. Press the button. They come out. There are 3 projecting lines. And once you've done that, you just use them on the gravestone, the tombstone, whatever you want to call it. The grave. Put those suckers in. And we're about to get an awesome weapon, which I'm surprised they gave us this early in the game. It's a goddamn magnum! It's like a hand cannon. A gun has been placed neatly inside. Will you take the magnum revolver? Hell yeah! And even though it's super powerful, which it is, unfortunately ammo is very scarce, so it's not like we can go around just blowing everything away with it. We do have to be a little bit resourceful with our ammo. So we're just not going to use it at all until the end of the game, I don't think. I think we're just going to save it. Anyway, keep walking past those birds and just enter this gate, and we're leaving the graveyard for now. You're going to hear that creepy sound from Lisa. The same sound that we heard from that door back in the main hall of the mansion, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so we just follow this this road. This path that just leads up to Lisa's cabin, which is definitely a little bit more of a kind of eerie location of the game. I mean, you've got this big bright mansion where everything looks modern and kind of fancy in a way. And then you've got this cabin, which is kind of a little bit on the creepy side. Let's just make our way through here. Examine the fireplace. This firewood looks fresh. So that means someone was here not that long ago and just lit the fire. Creepy. There's a map of the courtyard. Take it? Yes. And now we have a map of the courtyard. You got the map of the courtyard. I am collecting all maps in this guide as well, so I have to make sure I find all of them. A crude bed. It looks like no one's used it in a long time. It's crude. A family picture. So this is another file. There's a journal left by someone. 19. Daddy attached first, mum attached second. Inside red and slimy, white and hard. Not true, mum, where? Okie dokie, that makes a lot of sense. Dunno, dad. Found mum again. When attached mummy, she moved no more. She's screaming. Why? Just want to be with her. 4. Mum, where? I miss you all. Okay. I'm sure you all understood that, but any questions? Okay, so let's wander on over to this item chest here, and we're going to get rid of the first aid spray. But we want to keep the rest of the stuff. The shotgun, the magnum, you know, that kind of crap. We need this stuff for all the stuff we're going to be doing. What's this over here? Oh, yeah, the crank. Will you take the crank? Sure, why not? I mean, if it's in the game, we're going to take it, right? Obviously, it's meant for something. Oh, that don't sound good. I think someone's in a cabin with us. Let's walk on over and... Bloop! They bumped us right on the noggin. Now, as stated earlier, I'm not great at dodging enemies and stuff, so we are going to use the Magnum just for one shot. One shot. The rest of it will be used for the end of the game, the end boss. But I'm not risking this and trying to shoot Lisa with a shotgun or just trying to run around her in general because I don't want to get hit just yet. So let's, when this cutscene's over, here we go. Let's quickly equip this. And kablamo! So the Magnum, a shot with the Magnum stuns her very, very kind of momentarily. But it gives you enough time to just quickly run around the side of her. Anyway, we'll unequip that now, because we don't want to use that for the rest of the game until the end. But we are going to keep the shotgun. Let's head down these stairs. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a zombie around here somewhere. Oh, there he is. We can dodge him easily. Look, look. Go around the back tree. Look at that. It's pretty easy. It's easy to get around him. But we're just going to head back now. We're going back to the... You know that little hut thing, like the tool shed? We're going back there, because we're going to go through the other door. Now, I'm not sure about these birdies. They're still here, so I'm just going to continue walking. I just don't want to risk getting attacked. I just couldn't be bothered dealing with that and taking damage. I'm trying to do a pretty good run at the moment. But eventually, the birds are replaced with a zombie. That's like much later in the game. And the zombie just kind of creeps up on you. Like, as soon as you walk through the gate, you know, there's like a zombie standing there. And it's like, oh my god. But he's easily killable or avoidable. I guess we should try and avoid him, try and save ammo. Even though we really don't need to. I mean, by the end of this game, I'm sure we're, like... By the end of the... When you get to the lab, and it's the final boss fight time, like, we're going to have so much ammo if we stick to what we're doing, and we do what I know how to do. Anyway, we're going to go through this door now. So, let's go through this door, and there's going to be some kind of a cutscene with Brad. Is there? Yes, there is.
If you can hear me, just give me a sign. Anything.
Jill to Brad, can you hear me?
Send him smoke signals.
Shit, it's broken.
Well, I'll be goddamned. There's gonna be dogs here. Shoot the doggos. It's better to just deal with them now. Ah! Ah! Oh, you dead. You so dead. Yeah, it's better to just deal with them now, because we're going to be coming back here. We're going to be returning multiple times, so... Well, you take the green herb, why not? So it's better to deal with these guys now, get it over and done with. Will you take the blue herb? It's good, because you can combine these things. And we may eventually need them. You're going to want blue herbs for this area especially, because we're coming up to snakes. Now, snakes are really annoying, because... Oh, they're avoidable. But sometimes they're not. Like, they just kind of sneak up on you, and it's just really, really difficult. So, we can't go down the ladder now. So, let's go over here. We'll examine this hole. There's a square-shaped hole here. And that's where we're going to use the crank. So use the crank and we drain the water. As so. And we get a bit of a poor quality FMV. Because I'm pretty sure the FMVs are like taken straight from the GameCube. So that's why they don't look that great, but the actual gameplay does. You can hear the sound of a waterfall in the distance. Awesome. And we automatically take the crank back. You don't leave it there or anything. So let's go down the ladder. Let's go down the fucking ladder. Run across. Up this ladder. And shortly we'll be running into snakes. Now, it's not the snakes on the way there that are bad. I mean, those things can't touch you. They can't do jack-ish. But on the way back they can. But first we go down this little elevator of sorts. Little old rust bucket of an elevator. Quickly run past here. These birds will chase us. Run, 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 run. Alright, okay, so they're easy to avoid. Don't worry about those ones. Piece of piss. But it's in here we should start seeing snakes. We'll get this red herb because we can combine it with the blue and the red. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. That gives us mixed herbs. Let's run down here. Yeah, this is where the snakes drop down. These guys aren't a problem. They aren't going to do anything. I don't think they can even really harm you. So you should be fine. Now let's enter this. This is the residence. Probably my favorite, as I've mentioned several times before in this episode. In this episode alone. That's probably my favorite part of the game. There's a lot of blue herbs here. We don't need those just yet, but we may take some. But this is the save room here on the right. And in here, there's going to be a few things to collect. So let's go over here first before we save. And there's going to be a battery pack, which we can use for our stun gun, which we haven't used yet. And we take the ink ribbon, yes. And we're going to use that to save. So I'll save right now, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. And it's the flip side. Okay, let's go back to our little item box. And we want to dump off the crank. We don't need that for now. We need it later, but not now. Get rid of that. Get rid of these ink ribbons, and we'll replace the magnum with the lighter. Because we need that now to light some candles. So let's head out the door. And we're going to go to a room with a new enemy type. I actually don't mind these enemies, even though they're big and scary. It's locked. The door plate reads 001. We'll get that key later. But even though these enemies are big and scary, I don't know. They're pretty like easy to outmaneuver. They're pretty docile. And here it is, Mr. Spidey Whitey. Itsy bitsy. A red oil lamp. It's not lit. Oh, you guys know how I feel. Only like ish if it's lit. So slide it up with a lighter, and a strange silhouette hovers in the reddish light. Could it have some kind of meaning? So some kind of eye symbol. Now let's try and outmaneuver the spider. What the hell's he doing? I was hoping he wouldn't even come down and follow me. Sometimes they don't. Let's... Ah, yeah. See what I mean? They're not much of a threat. They just mostly stand there. Advertisement for an arm wrestling contest. The winner will be named Chief for a day of the Raccoon Police Department. Okay. Jill would totes win that. She's strong AF. Let's write this one. An orange oil lamp. It's not lit. Let's make it lit. Strange silhouette hovers in the orange light. Could have some kind of meaning. It does have a meaning, which we'll be getting to later. Let's examine this. Guitar case. It's empty. No guitar for us. Some billiard balls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There doesn't seem to be anything significant about the order. But there is a big but right there on the poster, and also referring to the to that table. But on this table we have shotgun shells. We will take those gladly. Wine bottles lie scattered about. They're all empty. Oh, that sucks. Jill could have got hammered, just like me. No, I'm kidding. Will you take the first aid box? Yes. You can open those. We'll do it later. Will you take the red book? Yes, of course. Let's examine it, see what it's about. It's a book with a red cover. Wow, really? Thank you. Let's open it, though. It's a book with a red cover. Nothing is printed on any of the pages. Is there a special way to use it? There certainly is, but we'll get to that later. But let's just ignore it for now. Let's go over here, and a green oil lamp. It's not lit. We'll light this one as well. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Strange that hovers in the green light. Could have some kind of meaning. And then we'll head up. Up, 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 up. And we have to avoid some spideys. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I was gonna say, woo, that was close. That was difficult. But no, it wasn't at all. That was a piece of piss. It really was. Alright, so now we have to push this box. Because we're crossing to the other side of the residence now. The residence, what is it? It's like a cabin. It's like a hut. I don't know. Whatever the hell you want to call this building. But we need to push this box on here to cover the hole. The hole in the floorboards. We'll head up. And you definitely don't want to go anywhere near the hole on the floor until you push that crate over it. Because if you don't, a tentacle will come out of the hole, grab you, pull you down. It's kind of like one of those Japanese cartoons that I love watching so much. Anyway, we'll go through this door. What's this stuff here? There doesn't seem to be anything useful. Dagnammit. Let's read the newspapers here. Newspapers lie scattered about. They all seem to contain articles about stars. It's locked. The door plate reads gallery. Just saying that stars to myself has gotten me so pumped up for our Resident Evil 3.
No, that wasn't part of our deal. But it's not necessary to destroy stars. What about my family? If I play my cards right.
We hear some voices going on in this room. It's clearly Barry with someone, but he denies it and expects us to buy it, which Jill does.
Jill.
Barry, I heard someone talking.
Oh, you heard. I think age is starting to take its toll. Talking to myself is becoming a bad habit.
Talking to yourself? You all right? What's gotten into you?
I'm getting you worried, aren't I? But don't, I'm alright. I guess this creepy mansion has gotten to my nerves. Anyway, I think I'll go outside, get some fresh air for a change. Don't worry, I'm just going to get some fresh air. If I'm lucky, I'll get to waste some monsters along the way.
Barry is acting quite strange. Plant 42 reports. 4 days have passed since the accident. The plant at Point 42 is growing at an amazing rate. Although there are many unknown aspects about this plant, we know that in comparison with the other groups of plants, the T-virus has had a substantially stronger effect on this one. The T-virus has drastically morphed its host anatomy as well as its size. Looking at its current state, it's difficult to imagine its original appearance. Nowhere on Earth will you find anything like it. We've also found that Plant 42 has two main sources of acquiring its necessary nutrients. One source is through its root. Somehow it has rooted itself down into the basement. Immediately after the accident, the scientists went mad and destroyed the aqua ring. Ever since, the basement has been like a pool. There is a high possibility that it's one of the chemicals in the water that's promoting the Plant 42's rapid growth. Ooh. However, we have yet to determine the specific chemical. A bulb-like body of the Plant 42 has been sighted hanging from the ceiling of the first floor. We are sure that it has used the air ducts to reach the first floor. Numerous long tentacle-like vines are protruding from the bulb. We believe the vines are the second means of acquiring its nutrients. When the plant 42 senses prey, it uses the tentacle-like vines to capture its prey. After doing so, suckers on the vine drain the prey of its blood. We've also noticed that it has some intelligence. When it captures its prey, or when it's inactive, the vines twine around the door to stop possible intruders. Okay, so very similar to Japanese cartoons. Unfortunately, several of our scientists have already fallen victim to this Plant 42. When we heard the stories from the survivors, they all observed one thing in common. When the uniform petal-like flaps open and reveal its vital internals, it has a tendency to become more aggressive. One witness reported that it was if it was trying to protect itself. Why it behaves the way it does is still unknown. May 21st, 1998. Henry Sarton. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Henry Sarton. Let's examine this stuff. Old newspapers and magazines lie on top of the bed. Someone appears to have vomited blood on some of the newspapers. Well, that explains what Barry was doing in here. He was examining the shit out of it. There's nothing special. Alright, so there's something we have to do in this bathroom. You have to be quick. I'm going to show you this little technique of how to avoid a zombie fight straight away. All you have to do is run up here, and as soon as you hear that door slamming sound, you want to immediately leave the room. Because what that does, if you don't leave, a zombie is going to bust through and attack you before you can get the key, or while you're getting the key, and then you have to deal with the zombie in your way. So the best thing to do is to quickly leave, run to the back of the room, wait for the boom, leave, and then come back in and get the key. Or you take the residence key, yes. The zombie does stay in the room though, like in the other room where Barry was. But you just don't have to deal with him around, you know, in the bathroom. Because it's much more narrow and annoying to deal with. So the zombie is down there, but we're not going to deal with him. We're just going to leave this room for now. And not only that, but we're going to be leaving this side of the residence in general. We're going back to the boxes. And you know that room that was locked across from the save room? We're going to be entering there now. So let's just backtrack a little bit. Go through this door. But see, like, even though there is a bit of backtracking in this area, it's not as bad as the mansion, in my opinion. But if you know exactly where to go at all times, it's not like you need to backtrack much at all throughout the entire game. Like, you may need to a little, but... You use the residence key! There's no further use for this key. Discard, yes, and we will enter. And let's see what horrors await us on the other side of the door. I see movement. And yeah, some guy hung himself. Very, very sad. Let's go over here and... Where is it there? Will you take the self-defense gun? Yes, you want to save this one. Suicide note. Here we go again with the reading. June 22nd, 1998. I had to do it. We ran from those things, helping each other to survive, but Robert started to show the symptoms. I had to do it. Those damn things are pure evil. There was no other way. He would have done the same if it were the other way around. After I put him out of his misery, I had to just leave him in the bathroom. Now I'm probably the last one. Ah, yes, I know what he's talking about in the bathroom. How could this happen? I'll never forgive myself for being part of this project. Eventually, I'll get what's coming to me, though. There's no way to escape from this nut house. It's just a matter of time now. Everything is set. All I need is a little courage to get it done. Knowing that I'll leave many things undone is regret beyond words. But this is better than just waiting to turn into one of them. Please understand and at least let me end my life as a person. There's a message on the back. Linda, please forgive me. A lot of regret and remorse coming from the workers taking their own lives and stuff now. Will you take the handgun magazine? Yes. So we want to go past Mr. Swing. And we're going to go into the bathroom. And this is what he meant with when he mentioned his friend who we just left in the bathroom. We're about to see him now. Just a... Ha-ha! You know what that sound means? It sounds like someone just dropped. This is probably one of the more intense parts of the game, in my opinion. It's full of dirty water. Pull out the plug, yes. And as soon as we get what's in this bathtub, we have to just haul ass and get out of here. There's something inside the bathtub where you take the control room key. That's the one. That's what we need. Now quickly haul ass. Run! So now we have 2 zombies in this area. We don't want to come back here anytime soon. So run, run, get out. And now we're going back to the room where Barry was. But before we do that, I think it's time to save. We haven't done that for a while. It's been a moment. Let's go back into the save room. One over here. Because of course we need ink ribbons and stuff. Let's get rid of the self-defense gun. We're not using that till the end of the game. We're probably never going to use those, but let's try and store them together. There we go, we'll stack them. And we don't need the health kit, the first aid box either. Or the lighter. But we do need ink ribbons. Alright, gonna save and I'll see you guys very shortly. Okay, I believe it's been very soon, so let's head out of this save room. And we're going to be heading back to the room, I think it's 302, the one with Barry, the one that Barry was in. Which means we are going to be dealing with a zombie, the one that we managed to avoid in the bathroom earlier. So now we have to deal with him. Like, you have to deal with him regardless, but it's much easier to deal with him now because we're going to be in a more spacious, you know, room. And hopefully, with our fingers crossed, we can decapitate him and just take off his head in one hit. But nothing's guaranteed. I'm not sure how things work with the whole, you know, some zombies it's easier to decapitate than others. But let's try it. We'll stand here. Aim up. Hey, we did it. That was actually a bit risky because we weren't super close to him, so I could have screwed that up. Anyway, all we want to do is push these bookcases. You want to push the left one back and push this right one to the side, and ta-da! A ladder! There's a ladder here. Climb down. Yes, and this is going to take us to the underground, what's the name of it? The Aqua Ring. That's it. So we're going to be dealing with sharks, which is cool. I mean, there's a few sharks. We only see them once, but it's more than in the original. I think there was only like 1 shark in the original. It's locked from the other side. We will be unlocking that shortly. So this is a little bit of a, not really a puzzle, but to get past the water, all we need to do is just push these boxes. So it's not exactly head-scratching or brain-hurting kind of puzzle. It's pretty easy. You just push them in the order from closest to furthest. So push these little boxes, and I hope you enjoy watching me push these boxes because it's gonna take a little while. We have to push this one, and then we have to push the other one as well. So it's gonna take a good minute. But I'm just trying to think, like, other games that are coming out. I mean, I'm doing Resident Evil 2 after this, and then Resident Evil 3 Remake is out, like, when? I thought it was actually in March, but it's April. Turns out it's April, so we still have a little while for that one. Not long, but a little while. And then, of course, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake. I cannot wait for that. I'm so pumped. I'm going to be playing that, like, day 1, and I'll be uploading that for you guys. So, look forward to that one. And of course I want to do like the entire Final Fantasy series. I want to do all the Resident Evils, all Silent Hills. There's so many games that I want to play. I just have too much. And I just need to chip away at my collection. Just chip away at them. Anyway, we finally finished the bridge. There we go, the box bridge. Let's head across. Head through here. And we are about to meet Mr. Shark. Let's meet the sharks! Where are they? Just head up here and they should... Yeah, so they get a little FMV introduction, like every enemy does in the game, really. Except for spiders. Spiders don't get one. I wonder why. They're not special enough, apparently. Just keep hugging the rail and running and you should be fine. It looks scarier than it is. They usually won't get anywhere near you, so... Look, we're fine. Oh, what? No, that is not okay. Run, Christ. Use the control room key. Is there further use for this key? Discard, yes. I usually never get anywhere near me. What was that? What the hell was that? Now I need to heal because I'm freaking injured. This warning lamp indicates that there is an emergency. Oh, you don't say. There's zombies, there's giant sharks, there's giant spiders. I'd say there's a little bit of an emergency. Anyway, what's this crap? Caution! In case of a drop in oil pressure control, open valve number 2. Okay, there's a map of the aqua ring. Awesome. Take it, sure. Yeah, it's important to find out which valve you need to open. So we got the map of the aqua ring. Head down here, another... Ah, we need this actually. Will you take the first aid box? Sure. You can examine it to open it to find out exactly what kind of item you got. And it just turns out we got a herb mix of 2 green herbs was inside. Awesome. That's good enough. That'll do. We can use that, and we're back to fine. No harm done. No harm done at all. Now it's time to drain the water. An error message is being displayed. Something appears to have gone wrong while the water was being drained. There's a switch to drain the water. Press it. Yes. And ish, it's the fan.
Emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
What kind of accent is that? Why'd they put that on there? Anyway, first thing you want to do is this. The pressure shelter is locked. Release the safety. Yes. Safety mechanism for the pressure shelter has been released. So you just have to do things in this order. There's a control lever for the pressure shelter. Pull it, yes! So you pull that. It does something. Oh, it does that. There you go. Oil pressure lost. Shelter operation terminated. Restore oil pressure, then release the safety. Well, remember what it said we have to do in case this happens? We have to push the second one. These switches control the oil pressure valves. Press switch. Well, we know number 2 because it said so on that memo, on that note. So let's run back, and we basically just have to do the same thing again. Over here, the pressure shelter is locked. Release the safety. Yes. Safety mechanism for the pressure shelter has been released. And then this one.
Of pressure threshold.
Control lever for the pressure shelter. Pull it. Yes.
Activate.
It will do that thing again when it comes down. This time it will go all the way down the shutters. And then we can go up and release the water, drain the water. And that's done for that. The safety has been released. Drain the water. Yes! And that's it. It's over. Bye-bye, sharkies. Water has been completely drained. So now the sharks are completely helpless. I feel kind of bad for them, but at the same time I don't. I guess I would feel sorry for them, but they bit me! So screw them, right? Screw them right to hell. But before we do come face to face with the sharks, with Neptune and the others, there's some stuff we can get down here. There's actually some goodies. So we'll go down here and get will you take the shotgun shells? Yes, we'll take those. The materials are labeled dynamite. They're soaked beyond use. That's a shame. Imagine if you could use dynamite in this, just blow everything to hell. We don't want to go that way. We want to go this way. Almost made an oopsie. If you go the other way, I think it leads you back to like where the bridge was or something. So you want to go down here. And there's one shark. I would put it out of its misery with my gun, but I don't want to waste ammo. I mean, we get lots of ammo later on in the game. That's the big one. That's the big sucker. We do get more ammo later on in the game, but it's kind of precious for the first half. So examine this, and the shark does that, which it's going to regret doing that, because that means that the water flow control system, it doesn't have power. Because that means the only way that we can get the key that we need is to do this. And then do this. The generator unit for the water flow control system. Pull the lever down. Yes! I'm gonna fry his ass. Oh, you short-circuited it. God damn. So the shark's now dead. Neptune's dead. Bye-bye, Neptune. But we get to... We take the residence key. That's the one. We take the residence key. I'm not sure how okay I would be with jumping in that water straight away after making it filled with electricity. I mean, water... Does water hold on to electricity? I guess it doesn't. So I guess it would be safe, right? I mean, and she's wearing rubber boots. So, Jill's fine. She has nothing to fear. I don't know. Just trying to understand science, I guess. So now we want to go this way. Through these double doors here. And we're going to get some more goodies. Pretty sure there's some more ammo here. Yep, there it is. With the shiny. We take the Magnum rounds. See, that's good. We haven't used any Magnum rounds at all yet. And then we're building up a little bit of a collection. Which is really going to help for the final boss. Because it's really the only time now that I use the Magnum. So, we're not going to use it again throughout the rest of the game. You unlocked it. I mean, I did use it on Lisa just for that one shot to get around her. So we didn't have to just get injured or waste a bunch of other ammo. And we end up back here. Where we push the boxes. So that's a nice little shortcut. And we can't come back the way with... Is that here we come? Yes. We can't come back the way we came over the box bridge because the water drains and the boxes have gone down as well. They sunk. And we're back in the residence. Let's head out through here. And unfortunately, that is like the main bulk of the aqua ring that we get to do. We do return later, but it's really only just for a quick minute. Just to do something. Oh well. Use the residence key. So use the key on this room. There's no further use for this key. Discard. Yes! Head through. Head through. This is going to lead us to a bit of an interesting room. That has a puzzle in it. And we do have to be a little bit careful here. We have to run. To try and avoid these things. The bees! Not the bees! A corpse with a contorted expression of pain on his face. He's holding something. Will you take the insecticide spray? So I need to take that quickly and then just get the hell out of there, man. Just run. We're gonna run all the way back out the door. And we're gonna kill these suckers. We're gonna kill them good. Why? Because they deserve it. So what we're doing next is we're gonna head up here and we're gonna finally get the map to this place of the residence. There's a map of the residence. Take it? Yes! So we finally got the map, but you got the map of the residence. There's a hole in the wall here. So you immediately need to bring up your inventory, your item menu, use the insecticide spray, and it will take care of all the bees. They're finally dead. Now, I don't know what would happen. I've never done it before if you just take the map without the insecticide, but I'm guessing like the bees come through into the hallway and start hurting you. I don't know. I don't ever really want to try it. But we're going to run through here, and now we can finally go to where the nest was, where all the bees were. Oh wow, look at his face, Christ. And we're going to get another key. Will you take the residence key? Another one! Yeah, this game is pretty much just one big key hunt, isn't it? Like, that just kind of dawned on me. And we're going to use the key, use the residence key to unlock this one. There's no further use for this key. Discard, yes. So we unlock this door, we go in. But hey, all survival horrors are key hunts and memo hunts really, aren't they? But who cares? It's still my second favorite genre. I still love them to death. Anyway, so the next thing we want to do is go over to this bookcase. The shelf is lined with red books. This is a puzzle. There's one white book sandwiched in between them. Take it? Yes! Organic chemistry lab experiment. Okay, this sounds interesting. Similarities in the cellular characteristics of the rapidly growing plant infected by the tyrant virus have been reported in previous papers. However, while repeating these experiments, an interesting new fact became clear. We learned that a chemical in the UMB family, UMB number 20, contains a compound that is toxic to the cells of the plant. We have given UMB number 20 a new name, V-Jolt! If calculations prove correct, when V-Jolt is applied directly to the root of the plant, the entire plant should be dead within 5 seconds. Okay. The V-Jolt can be made by simply mixing the VP and UMB chemicals in a specific ratio. However, extra care must be taken when handling these UMB chemicals. They have been known to generate toxic gases if mishandled. So you have to do the puzzle correctly. The characteristics of each UMB chemical are as follows. UMB number 3, red. Yellow 6, yellow. UMB number 7, green. UMB number 10, orange. VP 017 blue. And V-Jolt dark brown. Okay. Okay, so we got the hint to the puzzle, and now we want to use the red book, which obviously goes here instead of the white one. The bindings of the book seem to form some kind of pattern. Reorder the books? Yes. So it's a naked lady, like laying on the rocks or something. So we just have to switch. Let's see, this one with that one. Reorder the books, yes. It's not too difficult. Like, it's pretty obvious. That with there. And that's it. It's not too difficult at all. You can do it in like 3 different moves. It unlocks it reveals the hidden door. We don't want to go there just yet. A giant plant is crushing the wall. A swarm of angry moths surrounds it. Okay, I just want to know what the hell that was. But let's just save it before we go any further. And I'll see you guys in a second. One thing we definitely don't want to do is go straight up through that door, because that's going to lead straight to the boss fight with the plant. And we're not doing that. We're doing the little puzzle with to get the V-Jolt to avoid the boss fight. But if we come in here, I mean, we can look at this stuff. The shelves are lined with various soaps and cosmetics. They're all Umbrella brand products. And we can examine these. The roots of some kind of giant plant are sticking out of the wall. So that's what we're gonna kill, that thing. Now, we can examine the bath. It's full of dirty water. Pull out the plug. Now, originally I thought there must have been like another key or some kind of like a defense dagger or anything. But look, there's freaking nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know if pulling out the bath plug to drain the water does something. I don't think it does. I haven't heard or read anything that it makes something happen. I don't know, but I'm just gonna leave this place. Screw this place, that's what I think. To hell with it. But with all that stuff done, it's time to head over here. It's an assortment of old test tubes and flasks. Awesome! Now we have to solve this damn lock. This can be quite annoying. The lock mechanism for the door. Use it? Yes. So, 365 are the numbers, and it's a completely random order, so you can try it like 3, 5, 6. That wasn't it, so now we just try a different combination. 6, 5, 3. Ah, frick. What the hell's it gonna be? Okay, I don't even really know what I just pressed, but it was one of them. You just keep going through it. 3, 5, 6, 6, 5, 3, and we know it because it has to do with that room with the billiard board and the candles. There's something written on the wall. 1 plus 3 equals 4. 4 plus 6 equals 10. 1 plus 6 equals 7. 10 plus 10. 17. 17 plus 3 equals 20. Okay, Jill's going to math class. And also chemistry by the look of it. So this part is a puzzle. The first thing you want to do is you just want to get one of the empty bottles. We actually want to get all 3. So we'll get this one, we'll get this one. And we'll get the third one just over here. We take the empty bottle, yes. And we're going to fill the first one with water. So fill the empty bottle with water, yes. You got the water bottle. We're going to fill the second one with yellow 6. Take some. Yes. You got the yellow 6. And we're going to fill the third one with UMB number 3. So take some. Yes. You got the UMB number 3. Now we need to start mixing. So let's mix UMB number 3 with the water. And it changes color to MP004. And then we'll combine it with that one. And it turns orange. So now we have UMB number 10. We need to fill one with water again. And another one with the yellow 6. Go ahead and grab that bad boy. And now we're going to combine the water with the yellow 6. And it turns green to UMB number 7. And then we combine that with this one. And it turns into VP017, a blue color. Looks quite pretty. UMB number 3, take some. Yes, now all we need to do is combine this one with the blue. And there you have it. We have the V-Jolt. Let's examine it. It's a distinctively brown liquid. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I love me some brown liquids. So that's all we have to do here, so let's get the hell out of here. And now that we do have the V-Jolt, in order to use it, we have to go back down to the Aqua Ring, which is pretty cool, because I don't mind that area. So once again, we're going to be leaving the residence. We're going back down that ladder, which was hidden behind the bookcase, if you guys remember. Wrong way, dumbass. Okay, up this way. In through here. I'm sorry if my commentary is just kind of feeling a bit flat now. I've been playing this for a long time, and, you know, it's not like I can talk as though I'm on cocaine all the time. I can't be crazy. But I'm getting kind of tired of playing this, so it's that once we defeat this plant, like, it's definitely going to be save time and rest time, I think. I think we can call it an episode. So run, 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 run. We have to go through this way. We can't go across the boxes because, of course, we drain the water. But that's cool. It's actually much quicker to go this way anyway, I think. I guess. Down this ladder as well. And it's going to be where the sharks were. In that area where we were getting bitten. We just have to go through a different area that we haven't accessed yet. And that's where the roots of the plant are going to be. And that's what we use the chemical on. Through this little door. And I'm honestly still a little pissed off at that damn shark. The one that bit me. I was doing so well. I was confident. I took hardly any damage, like I was doing so well. And then bam, the damn thing got me. Oh well, screw it, whatever. So return back to this room where we did the drain the water puzzle thing. Exit out this way, which is the way we entered when we first came to the Aqua Ring. After getting chased by the sharks. So, come back out, go down these little stairs, and he's still flipping around. He's still alive. Makes you wonder how he is still alive, unless it's maybe like the zombie virus or something keeping him alive. But in here is going to be, woo! It's going to be the plant, so walk right up to it. For some reason it doesn't grab you. And use the V-Jolt. And ha ha ha! Die! So bye-bye plant. Although it isn't fully bye-byes. You probably don't need the bottle anymore. Throw it away. Yes! Well, we actually threw 3 away. Plurals. Come on, plurals, guys. It looks like the control system for the water tank. But it's broken and can't be used. Aww. Sad face. The locker is completely soaked. There's nothing special inside. Damn. I was expecting, like, the infinite rocket launcher. That would have been special. That would have been awesome. That would have solved all our problems. Speaking of the infinite rocket launcher, there's no way in hell that I'm really going to be able to unlock that as a reward. Like, I'm not playing this fast enough. However, there is hopefully a good chance that I will get the infinite handgun. The infinite pistol that you can use. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this isn't exactly a speed run or anything like that. But hopefully, I'm not too slow and we can get something out of it at least. For my efforts. And hey, that would be pretty cool to use that during a run through of this game again with Chris, have like the unlimited handgun. Like that would make things a lot easier and a little bit less tedious. Because even though this game isn't like difficult, it would still just be pretty cool, like just being able to run through the game without worrying about ammo and stuff like that. Because the main reason I'd be playing this game again as Chris is mostly, I just guess, for like story reasons, not so much the challenge. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Maybe I couldn't be bothered, maybe I could. But for now, we are playing as Jill, so we have this to worry about. So right now, we just head back to that room where we solved that puzzle with the red books with the naked lady on it, and there's a door there. Well, we're going through that door now, because it's time to go meet this Plant 42, and it's time to kick his ass. Although we don't really get to as Jill. I mean, that's Chris's job, but with Jill it's really just a cutscene. Because we solved the puzzle to take care of it with the V-Jolt, but that's cool, that's cool. I could do without an extra boss fight. I didn't pick it up last time because there was no need, because we don't need it, and because I didn't want to take up space, but there is handgun ammo here. And this door at the end here, it's going to be locked. Yeah, it's blocked from the other side. We come out of that way, but that's where the plant is. But we're going to go in through the other way, which is the area that we've unlocked. And that is where we will meet our cheery little buddy. And I'm pretty sure it's a pretty long cutscene, so I get to rest my voice for a very small amount of time, but it's appreciated nonetheless. It's a pretty cool cutscene though. Check it out. Bye-bye, plant. And hello, plant. I could make another hentai joke, but I think it's getting old.
What the hell is this thing?
Barry!
Jill!
Barry with the old flamethrower. Where the hell did he even get it from? Maybe he had it tucked away in his pocket.
I thought it was finished.
Yeah.
That was close. Thanks again.
Don't mention it. But what was that? What the hell's going on in this place?
Right, so the cutscene wasn't as long as I thought it was, so I didn't get to rest my voice that much, despite talking through the cutscene anyway. Will you take the mansion key? Yes! So we'll head back here, and we'll talk to Barry.
Something about that mansion still bothers me.
Is the fact it's full
I
of
think I'll stay
zombies?
here a little longer. We should split up again and investigate.
All right.
So Barry's still trying to keep up this act of pretending not knowing what's going on. Even though, like, if you played the game before, which I'm sure you have, like, you know he knows. You know that he knows. Because he's in cahoots with Wesker. Who, speaking of which, speak of the devil, and he appears, we are about to meet him. Which we haven't seen him since the beginning of the game, so just head down here, and here we go.
Wesker.
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say.
I apologize. It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
I understand. Anyway, it's good that you're safe.
Did you notice? Barry, he sounded a little flaky.
Now that you mention it, yeah. I'll keep a close eye.
Maybe it's quite natural under these circumstances. It's not really our standard operation. Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
I agree.
There are still rooms in that mansion we can't get into because they're locked up. I've been looking for ways to...
Okay, if there's anything, I'll go back to the other mansion.
I'm counting on you.
That's the funny thing about this plan of theirs. Like, I don't see the reason and the benefit of splitting up like they're doing and just wandering around solo. I don't know, like you'd think that all of them, like the three of them, would just hang together. I mean, we know that they're not because of what Wesker's doing, but you think like Jill would want to kind of stick with the others, or at least suggest it instead of saying, hey, let's split up. Because the three of them walking around with guns, killing monsters and solving puzzles together would be beneficial, but anyway. I digress. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Well, we don't need that. And we do need the ink ribbon, so we'll just replace that with that. And we're going to save it, and that's it for this episode. I'm going to call it a day. As always, keep rioting.